And we are live. And we are back. We are definitely back. And it's been a while, right? It's been a while. It's been about a day or so. I went live one Friday. But welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy Dom. We're back to do match week 35, the roundup. You know, I prefer to do these on a Sunday, but lately I've been doing them on a Monday, simply because they have games on the Mondays, so I want to actually talk about the Monday matches as well. You see what I'm saying? So I'm back, and I hope you guys are ready to actually talk match week 35, the roundup, okay? We got 10 games to go through, 10 very exciting games. We got to talk about relegation, the top 4 race, the title race, the race for the conference league, you know what I'm saying? And all the others in between, they don't really matter that much, to be completely honest. So there's a few games where we don't have to get too deep into detail and things like that, you know what I'm saying? So guys, without further ado, let's get into business, man. It's your boy Dom. Make sure to smash the thumbs up button if you're yet to do so. We are back with another one. Consistency is king, man. 35 match weeks about to be completed, along with a few midweek fixtures and all the other things we got going on during the season. Only 3 match days to go after this. So, yeah, man, I've scheduled all the live streams in terms of the Premier League for the rest of the season. So you guys make sure you go and set a reminder, put your notifications on, smash the thumbs up button early on those, and we got a kickstart, So, listen, without further ado, let's get into action, man. Look, man, this is embarrassing. First of all, let me just say this headline right there is downright embarrassing, because no way there should be anything about Man United and Europa League or whatnot. It's just pathetic, man. It's quite sad. It is quite sad what this club is going through right now. And Cristiano Ronaldo will be playing Europa League football if he remains at Manchester United. And I think that is very, very, very sad. Very sad indeed. So, yeah, man. We're going to get into that one. And we're not going to start with it first, because I want to actually talk about Man United when we got more people in the house. So we're going to leave that one for a little later. So let's check the results and let's get into these matches. And we're going to start with a more low-key match. Let us kick things off. Let's warm up with the game between Wolves and Brighton, because these teams seems like they're not going to get into anything this season. The Wolves are still in with a shout for the Europa Conference League, but I think that's about it. They're still looking good for the Conference League, and right now they're 8th, because West Ham 7th in that Conference League spot. Wolves do have a game in hand, and both teams are not in very good form when it comes to the league. So there's still a scrap for that one. And with that being said, talk about not being in very good form. This has been Wolves' 4th loss in their last 5 games. I did actually run across an article that there could have been a bust-up in training between Bruno Lage and there's been, I think, Raul Jimenez. Let me see if I find the article really, really quick here, man. Yeah, I can't find the article right now. But, yeah, I ran through something that it could be, a little dressing room spat going on over there at Wolves. And this could be the reason why they have fallen off the boil somewhat. You see what I'm saying? So, sometimes we might actually be looking at things from the footballing perspective, and we may not know what's going on behind closed doors. We may not know what's going on in the players' lives and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Wolves losing a 3rd straight game, man. And this is very uncharacteristic of Wolves this season. because I think they've done very, very, very well. They've picked up some big points this season, man. I'm not gonna get into all of that right about now, but they just fired blanks once again. They're 8. They're still 8, and even though they lost 3 in a row, they still haven't been caught, man. So in their last 3 games, they lost to Brighton, Burnley, and Newcastle United. Before that, they did win against Aston Villa, but lost to Leeds. You see what I'm saying? And they lost to Crystal Palace recently as well, and West Ham and Arsenal. So they've gone through some tough patches here since February. But before that, they beat Spurs. They picked up. I said I wasn't going to get into that though, but they beat Man United. They drew against Chelsea. They just, they only lost a goal to both City and Liverpool. So I think Bruno Lage has done a good job overall when it comes to this team. So you can't really, criticize the team too much. I think they lack a bit of depth and they need to do some business come this summer if they are to remain in the league next season. Because, you see teams like Sheffield United, Leeds United do well, still drop off after a season. So Wolves got to be very, very careful of their team getting stale. And there will be suitors coming in for some of their players this summer. You think of Ruben, yeah. Every time I think about Ruben Neves, I think Ruben Diaz. I don't know why. Ruben Neves, maybe even a Pedro Neto, Raul Jimenez will look to move on. You never know, man. So in this game, Alexis McAllister scored a penalty in the 42nd minute, but this was after a first penalty was actually saved by it actually hit the post. And they got another penalty, and Welbeck being brought down. Alexis McAllister, the Argentinian international, stepped up to score. Trossard, man, I've been raving on about this guy all season, and this was a very good individual goal by Leandro Trossard in the 78th minute. And Yves Bissouma, coming back from suspension, hit one from distance to score in the 86th minute. So give it up for Brighton, though, because they needed this win as well. Brighton, who are 9th right now. Brighton are back up in the table. They're 9th right now. It's amazing, Brighton was dropped out of the top 10. They were struggling a bit, and lately they've picked up some good results. 3 wins and a draw in their last 5 matches. And this is officially Brighton's highest points tally ever in the Premier League. And remember, they came up a few seasons ago under Chris Hughton, and it's been no looking back ever since for Brighton. 44 points is the best they've done the last 2 seasons. They picked up 41 each, and kudos to them, man. You got to give it to them. They fell off the boil a bit where they just kept losing, or else I think Brighton, let's just say, for example, right, guys? Let's say, for example, Brighton didn't go through that bad patch, right? Where they lost. Let me let you know what happened with them. They lost to Tottenham, Liverpool, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Burnley, and Manchester United. That's 6 games in a row. If Brighton didn't lose those 6 games in a row, that's 18 points. Let's say out of 18 possible points, Brighton had picked up, I don't want to go crazy and say 14, but let's say they had picked up 10 points. They would have been in the Europa Conference League position right now. And with the fact that they have 35 games, they would have had a game in hand with Manchester United. So, Brighton would have been in there to get European football. Plus, they have United to play. So, you never know. They could have scraped in and got that Europa League spot, man. So, let's give it up to Graham Potter and his boys. They've done well. I even heard a stat that Robert Sanchez is the goalkeeper that's completed the most passes or something like that. And I was like, whoa. And that just tells you how they play out from the back. I like to say that they are mini Manchester City, and they play some very attractive football. Let's just check that stat really quick, because, I really can't believe, what I heard today in terms of that stat. But let's check the stats. Let me see full statistics. Okay, I can't find the player stats. Let me see something. Player stats, I need passes. I need to find the passing stat right now. I don't know if I could find that. But you know, yeah, that's pretty hard to find right now. But that's a crazy stat when you think about it though. That stat is somewhere around here though. I can't believe that it's evading me. Okay, Cancelo with the passes, right? Cancelo with the passes. Let me see the full list. Let me see if he's actually, yeah, they're messing me up again. Yeah, okay, it's here again. It's here again. I don't know if any goalkeeper is showing up on this list right now. But, all right, Lewis Dunk. Yeah, he's not on this list. But that was actually a stat I heard when I was watching the game there. So, Robert Sanchez, you know, it's a good acquisition. I don't know. This went back to 2017-18 there. So, that might have been the problem. I don't know. But, look, Brighton, they've done a good job this season. They're ninth. I don't think they got enough to get to the Conference League. But it's been a good season to build on next year. You know what I mean? So kudos to Brighton. And all the best next season. I think it's been a quality outing. Cucurella, you see here listed as a man of the match. He has a bright future. You know, bigger teams may go in for him because good left backs are very, very hard to find. He does have ambitions of going back to Barcelona. So, you know, as a Man City fan, would I take him? I don't know. Maybe let's see how he does next season. I want to rush and go and sign nobody like that. But Wolves are light, man. Wolves look really light in the game. I just want to put Wolves look light. Really, really, really light. And just to justify the fact that maybe there's something going on with Raul Jimenez, he came off the bench. You know what I'm saying? They made a couple changes at halftime. Neto, Raul Jimenez, and Johnny came on. You know, Fabio Silva hasn't scored all season. Nelson Semedo and Ruben Neves. I didn't expect Neves to start, but he did, though. Let's give it up to Moises Caicedo. He's been good. He's been really, really good. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. When it comes to these two teams, you know, nothing really. I think Wolves still in the Europa League hunt, Conference League hunt, but Brighton, they just got to play out the rest of their season. So, big up to everybody watching the stream right about now. Appreciate you guys tuning in to yet another one. Big up to Qatar. Big up to Roy Smith. Big up to AD in the house, man. Do you think they will buy Trincao? I don't think he's done well enough to actually warrant a sale. I think he go back to Barcelona and might go back out on loan. But, you know, seeing what Xavi's building, maybe it might be the a good idea to actually give him an opportunity in that young squad. But I doubt, man. I doubt Trincao has a future at Barcelona. Maybe he does have one at Wolves. Barcelona paid a lot of money for him, though. So, and I don't think they could get about, I think they paid about 45 million euros for him, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, man. Good question there, AD. Good question. So, we're going to move on, man. Brighton, in terms of the next game, they will play Manchester United, who won't be able to get any Champions League football next season, by the way. So, Man United play their last home game today, and this will be on the road, of course, to Brighton. And, you know, we'll get to United and their remaining matches. But for Brighton, they have United, Leeds, and West Ham as well. So, yeah, pretty, you know, inconsequential games, you could say. Because for United, they would just want to continue getting points to ensure that they don't get into the Europa Conference League. You see what I'm saying? That's a thing. And for West Ham, they would want to continue picking up points as well so that they get European football next season. So, but apart from that, in terms of from a Brighton's perspective, ain't nothing really left to play for. So, look, Wolves, they're 8th. 4 games left. They could still get into the Europa Conference League. I think the Europa League is a long shot, seeing that United do have 58 points right now in that last spot. But they could catch West Ham for that Conference League. Look, if you can't get Champions League, you get Europa League. If you can't get Europa League, You got to settle for the Conference League, man. And for Wolves, their next game, listen, I think it might be over for Wolves this season, barring the Norwich City game, because they got Chelsea, Liverpool, and City. So it might be a poor finish for the rest of the season for Wolves. They may beat Norwich, or they just may not. So if you look at the standings, man, for Wolves, they might just pick up 3 more points. Against Chelsea, maybe they have a chance. Chelsea's kind of, who knows, man? They have a role to play in the title race too. You never know. You never ever know. But I think Wolves will finish outside the top 7, judging from their form and their remaining fixtures. So with that said, guys, I did predict a 1-1 draw between these teams. I did not get it right. Obviously, Brighton went on to claim all 3 points. So we're going to move on, man. Let's move on. And the next game that I want to talk about is the match between Southampton and Crystal Palace. This game definitely is inconsequential because none of these teams could get European football. They're just playing for a position in the league right now. And, I did not watch this game. I did have to go and watch the highlights, of course. Oriol Romeu kicked it off with a goal in the 9th minute, set up by James Ward-Prowse, of course, from a corner. Another assist for Ward-Prowse, who have been seen linked to Manchester United. I don't know. Everybody's being linked to United these days, you know what I mean? But 1-0 at halftime for Southampton, and they played pretty okay up to that point until Eze, who was brilliantly set up by the former Liverpool man Nathaniel Klein, who kept that ball in play, and Eberechi Eze hit it in. And it's a good goal for him because he's been dealing with a lot over the last year. Long injury layoff after a promising start to his Premier League career. And then Zaha, who did not start, came off the bench and scored a very good individual goal in the 92nd minute, set up by James McArthur, a player we've not seen a lot of this season at Crystal Palace. So, look, this is the first time that Palace came back from behind to win a game this season. So give it up to Patrick Vieira and his boys, man. Very good stuff, very good stuff. Look, Southampton, they've survived, but they've been in very, very indifferent form lately and all throughout the season, They won 1 out of the last 5. They did pick up a draw in their previous game, but they've lost 13, drawn 13, and won 9. That's not bad. That's really not bad. They're 15, 40 points. They'll be okay. And we'll see them again next season, where I think they will be investing more heavily in their team because they've got to take over from a Serbian billionaire. So expect to see Southampton hold on to their best players and even bring in some more promising ones. So look, Crystal Palace, man, they go up to 41 points. So they hit the 40-point mark, that magical point tally for this season, and 4 games left. That's 12 points. Look, Vieira would be looking to get to at least 50. It's going to be difficult, but they will be looking to get to 50, man. And when you look at their team, they have a lot of determined players in their team. You know what I mean? Strong runners and everything. They have talent. They have a talismanic player in Wilf Zaha and another in one of their loanees this season in Conor Gallagher. So listen, give it up to Crystal Palace. It's been a pretty satisfactory season. The first one under Patrick Vieira, Arsenal legend. You got to give it to them, man. Listen, a team like Palace ain't expect to do great things. And I think they've done well enough this season, man. You know what I mean? And they build a base for Vieira to launch next year where they will look to continue to invest. I ran across an article that Aaron Wan-Bissaka could be going back to Crystal Palace. And I think that won't be a bad idea for him at all. But Nathaniel Klein won't be liking that kind of news, man, because he's definitely held down the right back spot. Big up to Ivan LFC in the house, Dupe in the house, man. Appreciate you guys coming in. Big up to Shield Road Finest, the Lego Dude as well. AD, Qatar in the house. Everybody, man. Who else we got in here? Jay-Z Lame. Okay, Real Madrid fan coming in, you know what I mean, obviously to taunt me and to troll about the whole Real Madrid thing. Big up to Ryan Mariner. Fulham champions up the whites. Yeah, Fulham's coming back to probably get beat back down. MVP Kevin House. Big up to you, man. Big up to everybody. Roy Smith. Everybody, Ronald Roberts. Everybody in here, man. Make sure y'all like up the video. We're doing well. We're down 2. And we are going to keep it moving. But before we do, let's, touch on a few more things, man. Just a few more things here. Touch on. I think Crystal Palace, pretty good in the game, though. Pretty good. And they deserve the win. Look. Valentino Livermento's he's going to be out for a while. Perot started this game. Nice to see Nathan Teller getting some game time these days. Even Shane Long, you see what I'm saying? Getting some game time there. Brozier has been very, very absent in 2022, man. So he needs to get his shooting boots on, or else you could see him going back out on loan, where Thomas Tuchel might not be convinced that he's the man that could, lead Chelsea's line next year. But look, one of the biggest talking points is Zaha coming off the bench to win the game. I just see Will Hughes getting some game time. You know what I mean? But overall, pretty much same Crystal Palace team. But Mark Guehi and Joachim Andersen has been very good this season, though. And if these guys continue to play this well, you could see them earn big moves in the future. So, look, in terms of Crystal Palace, the next game will be against Watford. And, they will be looking to actually continue to knock Watford back to the championship. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Watford is struggling. We're going to get to Watford pretty soon. 22 points, 5 losses in their last 5. Crystal Palace will look to make it yet another L. So, yeah, man. For the remainder of the season for Palace, however, guys, they got Aston Villa, Everton. The Everton game is a big game, man. And they finish off the season against Manchester United. All right, so in terms of the Saints go marching in. Their next game will be against Brentford. Obviously, none of these teams could actually get European football. Both have survived. Pretty inconsequential match. But the big game is the one that's coming up against Liverpool at St. Mary's Park on May the 17th. And as a City fan, yeah, man, I'm hoping that Southampton go out there and do what they did last season. You know what I'm saying? Was it last season when Hassan Hutter cried and then the wheels fell off at Southampton? So let us see. Yeah. I'm just messing around, man. So, yeah, guys. Yeah. That's pretty much it. They would finish off this season against Leicester. So, let us keep it moving, man. That's 2 down. And, guys, by the way, in terms of my prediction for this one, I did predict a 2-1 win for Crystal Palace, so I was spot on with my prediction, man. So give it up to Dom. 2 down. Let's keep it going. Let's move on to this other game here. Aston Villa 2, Norwich City 0. My prediction was a 3-1 win for Aston Villa. I got the win correct, so pretty solid. Ollie Watkins in the 41st, very good individual goal. He packs a punch on those shots, man. And then Danny Ings coming off the bench with the assist, and then finishing off things in the 93rd. He did come off the bench for Leon Bailey, who suffered another injury setback. Don't know how serious it is, but he's probably likely to be out for the rest of the season. So good signing. He's had some bright games and everything. The highlight was when he scored a wicked goal. I think that was against Everton, if I'm not mistaken. And he injured himself while scoring the goal. And, he's a go hard, you know what I mean? He goes hard for no reason. Take your time, bro. Take your time. You keep going extra hard. His follow through on those shots are probably unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? His follow through is probably if you kick the ball, right? Let's say you kick the ball. Leon Bailey follow through gotta be all the way up here. You know what I'm saying? It's you're gonna hurt yourself like that, bro. You're going to hurt yourself like that. You feel me? And that's what's been going on with Leon Bailey. So, not a setback for him, though. But Aston Villa with a win, as expected, because Norwich are just poor. And we've identified this from the get-go. And something else that I noticed about this Norwich team, that I probably think I figured out why they're going down, man. I think I figured out why they're going down. I really think I have. If you check the Norwich team, and I don't mean to get racial or anything, there ain't no black dudes on this team. Only Rowe, and he's hardly playing. And the other player is Max Aarons, who's like mixed. What is going on with Norwich? I just figured it out. I just figured it out, man. Norwich are not diverse enough. They're not diverse enough. And that's probably one of the reasons why they're going down, man. If you check all the other teams, you'll see. You'll see the diversity. Look around. That doesn't apply for Watford, though. Watford got other problems. They just got other problems. You know what I'm saying? They got other problems. But, yeah. Oh, man. Norwich are championship bullies. They're going to go down there. They're going to do well. They're probably going to come back up. But, you know, not good enough for the Premier League, man. Not good enough at all. So, look. Easy win for Aston Villa, I must say. Not going to get into all the nitty-gritty of the game. I didn't watch the game. You see what I'm saying? But I didn't expect to see Luca Dean back. But you could see that Gerrard is rotating. He even gave a full Premier League debut to Tim Irogbunam. Don't know the player. Don't know how to say his name that well. But he's a youngster. He even had a couple opportunities at goal. You know, Jacob Ramsey had some bright flashes. But I have to say that from watching the highlights, Philippe Coutinho looked damn good, man. He looked damn good. And now that we're talking about Philippe Coutinho, guys, have you guys noticed that Philippe Coutinho and the new potential Liverpool signing Fabio Carvalho look like they could be brothers? Right? They look like they could be brothers, man. So, let's think about it. You'll be like, oh, yeah, Dom, I never thought about that. So he's like a regen for Philippe Coutinho at Liverpool. That's, you know, what he is there, though. So, yeah, another poor outing for Norwich, who I did predict to get relegated this weekend, and they were relegated, guys. Norwich are officially relegated back to the championship, and let's see if they'll hold on to Dean Smith as their manager. Maybe there might be a deal where he gets less money. You see what I'm saying? For being a championship manager. I don't know how it works, but I reckon that's how it works, right? You in the Premier League, you get more money. You go down to the championship, you get less. Pretty sure, right? Pretty sure that's how it works. But there's a few players in their team that, you know, could sign on to other clubs. Like Rashica looks a good player. Grant Hanley looks a player that could fit the mold, to be honest, of a West Ham or Burnley. You see what I'm saying? Let's say Burnley survive. Hanley is not a bad player, you know what I'm saying? I think he was one of their best players this season. But I have to say that the lone stints of Billy Gilmore and Brandon Williams have failed completely. Completely failed. Especially Billy Gilmore's lone move, man. Failed. Brandon Williams with a slip there as well. Listen, it's been failures for these dudes. I don't think I saw an article where Brandon Williams thinks he could actually be the left back for Man United under Ten Hag. Brandon, dream again. It ain't happening, bro. You're not ready yet. Let's just put that out there. So, look, 3 points for Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard, you know what I mean? He got some big games coming up this season for the remainder of the season. So, it's not over yet for Aston Villa. But they go up to 13th, 40 points. Congrats on hitting that magical mark. But they still got business where, let me see. 4 big games out of 5 remaining. Burnley, still in a relegation battle. If Burnley beat Aston Villa, that'll be a big. Listen, Burnley got Villa twice. Burnley could actually survive if they beat Villa in those 2 games. You see what I'm saying? That's what Burnley need to do. Beat Villa twice. I don't think it's going to happen twice, but they might actually pick up a victory. They play a turf more next, right? Aston Villa got a meeting, a date, a rendezvous with Liverpool. The last time Liverpool went to Villa Park, they got 7, right, in the league. Crystal Palace game is whatever, man. Whatever happened there, right? And then they got another game against Burnley and the final date against Manchester City. Okay? So Aston Villa got a lot to say when it comes to the relegation battle and the Premier League title race this season. As for Norwich, the already relegated Norwich, could they cause a stir with their remaining matches? Well, they have to play West Ham, Leicester, Wolves, and Tottenham. In terms of the top 4 race, yes, Tottenham may need to win against Norwich on the final day, something that they might just do. Because on the flip side, Arsenal and Everton are playing on the final day. So Everton might need to win, Arsenal might need to win, Tottenham might need to win, and Tottenham, I think, may get the easier run in there. So let's see. Let us see, man. So, big up to everybody in the stream right about now. Appreciate you guys tuning in to yet another one. Big up to Club Murphy. Not only Norwich, there are no officials of color in the Premier League. Great point, man. Great point. And do you know, I've talked about that in the past. I have talked about that in the past. I just haven't been touching on that lately. But I find it strange that you have a woman official, and you don't even have an official of color, right? It's sad, but it is what it is, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, man? It is what it is. We're not going to get into those political affairs too much. You know, it could get a little controversial and touchy for some people. So I want to piss anybody off right about now. But yeah, at the same time, I want to piss people off too, but still, yeah. So we're going to keep it moving, man. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the video. I do appreciate everybody who's already liked it. Okay, so we're going to move on. We are going to move on. And we're doing well. We're doing well so far. We're doing very, very well. And let us talk about the game between Watford and Burnley. All right, we're going to talk about the lighter matches first. You know, nothing light about what's going on with these teams, but you know what I'm saying, we'll leave the big boys for as the crowd gather. As the crowd gather, we'll actually, you see what I'm saying? We talk about the other bigger games. So James Tarkowski with an own goal in the 8th minute. And when that happened, I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. Watford's picking up a win and staying in the race to survive here. And I have to say, they did well enough to take the game all the way to 83 minutes before they conceded. But the thing about this Burnley team under Michael Jackson is that they are given the license to go out there and play their football and express themselves. Whilst under Sean Dyche, there were more instructions. You know what I'm saying? This player, you see what I'm saying? Because he's been around for so long. You know what I mean? The players probably look at him different. And now under Mike Jack, who's probably more like a substitute teacher. You know, back in school, when you have the substitute teacher come in, you're like, yeah, whatever, man. I'm going to do what I want right now. And that's pretty much the same attitude. You see what I'm saying? Players are going out there expressing themselves, and you're seeing, you're getting the best out of the players. You see what I mean? So, yeah. Jack Cork in the 83rd minute. How often does Jack Cork score a goal? You see what I'm saying? So you could just see players coming out of nowhere to actually contribute to the cause of Burnley staying up. And they're really, really fighting hard, man. They're really fighting hard. And you could just see how things are bad at Watford. You're winning the game, 83rd minute. You concede one. That was Cork's first goal this season. You know, how weird, right? And then Josh Brownhill, of all people, who only got 2 Premier League goals in his entire career, score. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what is going? You know what I'm saying? It's getting hot in here, man. I think I got the place on fire. Jeez, I need to turn my fan on, man. I'm boiling right now. You know what I'm saying? Turn up the heat up in here. Start dropping the fire content for your head top. Gotta get that fan going, man. But yeah, great fight back from Burnley. When they seemed down, they fought back. And they're not out yet, man. 34 points they go up to. Pretty, resilient stuff by Burnley. Never say die attitude. And picked up 2 goals late in the game to come back, man. Stuff of dreams, I'm telling you, man. They have won the last 3 games and drawn the other under Michael Jackson. The man got a legendary name, okay? And there is a stat that says Michael Jackson is the first Burnley manager to win 3 of their first 4 league games in charge since Jimmy Mullen in October 1991, who won 4 out of 4. Thriller. And that's an up to stat from Up to Joe, by the way, guys. So, pretty good stuff, man. And with this win, it officially relegated Norwich City to the 2022-23 championship season. So, give it up, man. Give it up. Give it up to Burnley. It's scrapping it. And they know how to scrap, man. They really know how to scrap. And Michael Jack said he didn't stray too much from the Sean Dyche tactics, but he just tweaked it a bit and just give the players a little bit more freedom to express themselves. You see what I'm saying? Now you're seeing Dwight McNeil coming out and saying he feels a bit freer and everything, and he's playing a lot better. You see Brownhill picked up a couple assists. Now he scored. So definitely, man. Definitely. Look, also, Michael Jackson has been only in charge of Burnley since the 15th of April and already has more Premier League points, 10, than any Watford manager has taken this season, where Xisco Munoz has picked up 7, Ranieri 6, and Roy Hodgson 9. Let's give it up to Burnley. Let's give it up to Michael Jackson, the interim manager right now, man. Look, Roy Hodgson is going to retire at the end of the season for the second time. He's 74 years old, I think, right now, or 75. Look, man, Roy Hodgson could be my grandfather. You see what I'm saying? And I think he should go and enjoy his retirement. Go and travel and see some places you've never seen. You know what I mean? He's won some things back in the days, I think in Sweden and Denmark, but he's never won anything in England. He's a legendary manager, but he's never done anything in England. Managed a lot of national teams, but, never really won any silverware, though. And it's kind of sad, though, It's kind of sad. But I like Roy Hodgson. He saved Crystal Palace from the drop a couple seasons ago and saved Fulham before, but he couldn't save Watford this season. So, yeah, man. Roy, maybe they should have went for Sam Allardyce instead. You know what I'm saying? Because I think at the time they had enough time. They should have went for Sam Allardyce. I think they went for the wrong man. So, good win for Burnley. And they would continue to try to stay up, man. They're very close. They're very close. I think we could have a situation this season where we could see 2 teams get to 40 points and one of them actually not survive. That's crazy. That's how crazy this season is, right? Because for Burnley, their remaining games are now against Villa, Tottenham, Villa again, and Newcastle. These are not fixtures where, you could say Burnley are completely out. They beat Tottenham this season already. And the game, I think they beat Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just find a Newcastle game. I think they played Newcastle pretty recently. Nah, they lost 1-0 to Newcastle. But, they'll be looking for revenge there. 4 games, 12 points to get. Burnley needs 6 to get to 40 points. You may not even need 40 points to survive as well. Look, it's doable. It's very, very, very doable, man. It's very doable. There's 3 teams, I think, fighting for one spot right now. And that's Burnley, Leeds, and Everton. You see what I'm saying? Burnley, Leeds, and fighting for 2 out of 3 spots. 2 out of 3, I should say. Burnley, Leeds, and Everton. Which team is gonna be that unlucky team to miss out on one of those two safe spots? It's hard to tell right now. It is real hard to tell. We're gonna get to Leeds, we're gonna get to Everton. But Burnley, they ain't got a bad run in at all. As for Watford, a possible 12 points remaining. They could only get a maximum of 34 points. Their goal difference is a negative 37. Guys, it's pretty safe to say that Norwich are relegated. Not Norwich. Yeah, them. But Watford are relegated this already. Watford are down and Norwich are down. It's safe to say that. It's safe to say that. And usually you'll see a third team in the 20s as well. But we have 3 teams, Everton, Leeds, and Burnley, who got a separation of 2 points. You see what I mean? And there could also be a situation, though. Wait. There could also be a situation. There could also be a situation where Southampton, Brentford, Aston Villa, on 40 points right now, are not even safe. I'm pretty sure that's a situation right now. Because, let's say, for example, right, Burnley beat Villa twice. That's 40 points, right? Burnley beat Villa twice. That's 40 points, right? Villa fails to beat City and Liverpool and have the game against Crystal Palace. Let's say they lose. Let's say Villa lose all remaining games. And Burnley pick up some points. Beat them twice and pick up a point in another game. That means Burnley goes over Aston Villa. Yeah, I'm just realizing this. Let's say for Everton do have more games in hand. They play Brentford, Crystal Palace. They play Arsenal, Watford, and Leicester. You see what I'm saying? Let's say Everton, for God's sake, let's say they beat Watford, Brentford. Let's say they beat Palace. Let me not even get further into this, guys. There's a situation here where teams on 40 points are not completely safe. And we may need to revisit this in the future. Teams on 40 points right now are not completely safe. So I take back all that I was saying about 40 points. You're safe now. You're not safe. You're not safe. It ain't safe no more. Not safe at all. Not safe. Not at all. But guys, we're going to keep it moving. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button for the stream. Do appreciate everybody who stopped by. We're doing very well. I know it's late, but, you know, better late than never, man. Ahmed Haimeen, off topic. But, Dom, what are your thoughts on USA versus Morocco friendly? To be completely honest, I didn't even know that was happening, man. I paid no attention to international friendlies these days. Seriously. So, let me see. Lego Dude, Leeds or Everton will get relegated. They have the hardest fixture list. Big up to the boy. Paloma in the house, man. How are you doing? Appreciate you coming through. Definitely appreciate that. Guys, don't forget to go check out the other awesome content we have going on the channel. Trophy Talk back with Kyle from Nothing But Reds. Okay, so make sure you go and you check that out. We're definitely going to move on, man. We're definitely going to move on. Okay, so make sure you like the video if you haven't yet done so, guys. If you're watching the replay, make sure you do so. We have 25 likes right now. You know, decent. Let's see if we could get it up to 50, though. So if you haven't yet liked it, make sure you do so. So we've talked Villa, Norwich, Southampton, Crystal Palace, Watford, Burnley, Wolves, Brighton, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We talked 4 games. We're going to keep it moving, man. Let us, we have these 3, well, these 4 we got left, and the Man City and the Liverpool game. So Let us get into the Man United 3, Brentford 3. We could talk about Man United now because they won't be getting Champions League football. It's not happening. It ain't happening. But I have to say, this was one of their better games, though. I did predict them to lose the match. I'm not going to lie. I predict them to lose the match. But, you know, they came out and they played. That's the thing about them. They're very inconsistent, man. They would come out, they would play like world beaters one day, and the other day, they'll play like they're in the second or third division, right? Bruno Fernandes, well set up by Ilanga for a tap-in. Good, you know, good tap-in, you know what I mean? 9th minute. Cristiano Ronaldo with a penalty. He did get a goal disallowed. Penalty. I think he went down very, very easily. Rico Henry did not have a good day at all in this match. And Ronaldo actually converted this penalty. I think that's his 17th Premier League goal this season. That's not a bad haul at all. You got to give it up to Cristiano Ronaldo. That's not bad at all, man. That is not bad. 18th goal this season. Bruno Fernandes actually completed his 10th goal, which is not bad either. And with Bruno Fernandes, he got 10 goals. Let me let you know his stats this season. 10 goals and 6 assists. I think he could have done better in terms of the assist charts there. But he did get 7 assists in the Champions League, though. And 1 in the, you know, so he made up for it in the Champions League. But in the Premier League, 10 goals, 6 assists. I think he could have done a lot better in terms of the goals as well. Because, guys, don't forget he scored a hat-trick on match day 1. All right? A hat-trick on match day 1, and he hasn't scored since February. Nor assisted. No goals, nor any assists since February. And that's not good at all. That is not good for a player that you depend on for goals and assists. So that's one of the reasons why Manchester United has definitely failed this season. Bruno Fernandes not giving enough. And I think the team was overly reliant on Cristiano Ronaldo and David De Gea. If it wasn't for those 2 players, United would have probably been maybe 11th right now. Or 10th. And you know what? Those teams that are 11th and 10th right now only got like 42 points. Rafa Varane scored his first Manchester United goal in the 72nd minute from a corner. Alex Telles with the assist there. So I don't know how many of these players are going to be around when Ten Hag comes in. There's definitely going to be an exodus of players. And one player that will definitely leave is Juan Mata. He said his goodbyes to the Old Trafford faithfuls on the day. And he started the game. That was a rare start for Juan Mata. Scott McTominay came back in the team. I even saw Fred come off the bench. Phil Jones even got a run out. And this may actually be a farewell to Old Trafford for Phil Jones as well. Look, there might be a few other players who may say farewell to Old Trafford. Eric Bailly, he didn't feature, but he could be saying his farewells as well. Jesse Lingard could be out next season, but you can't, it's not 5 subs. If it was 5 subs, you could have sent him out. And a player that we will definitely be seeing leaving this summer is Edinson Cavani, who came on for his, I think that's his final game at Old Trafford. He has been heavily linked with Boca Juniors in the Argentinian league. So, look, I have to say it was a more solid performance by Man United. One of the more polished performances we've seen from them this season. Another player that could be leaving is Nemanja Matic, you know. So, we could see an exodus. I'm actually... Where is Harry Maguire? Is he injured? I didn't see him. Where's Maguire? Guess Maguire was left out of the squad. But Brentford, I think they put out a very good effort, but they lacked the quality on the day. I think the difference between the teams was the quality and the quality of finishing as well, because Brentford did create chances of their own. You know, Christian Eriksen, I think, had a good game. The midfield played well, a couple good through balls, but, you know, Ivan Toney and Mbeumo and Co just couldn't finish off their chances on the day. You know, so if they were more clinical, we could have seen a different game, but that was not the case whatsoever. So, another 3 points here for Manchester United. One of their better performances, as I said. Ralf Rangnick, you know, shuffling the pack as usual, mixing up his lineup. And I think he's just doing that. I think he's just having fun because I think deep down he knows that the team does not have the capacity to compete and to even pick up one of those top 4 spots. And they won't. They won't. Man United right now, guys, they have gone up to 58 points. 2 matches left, which means they could only get a maximum of 64 points. The remaining games are against Crystal Palace and Brighton. These are winnable games. They're on the road. And Crystal Palace and Brighton doesn't have anything really to play for, which means it could be dangerous, but they don't really have to go hard. It's not like, well, maybe Palace needs points still, but by then they should pick up more points. Remember I said 40 points, 41 points. You might not be 100% safe yet. So, yeah. But for Manchester United, though, I have to say, guys, it was a poor season. It was a lackluster season. The signings they made, I expect a lot more from them. At least make top 4, man. You bring in Sancho. You bring in Cristiano Ronaldo. You had Cavani there. You bring in Varane. You see what I'm saying? Who else did they sign? I can't even remember all their signings, but look at where you're at, man. Look at where you at. You're 6th in the table. This is absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable. You're 6th. Look at where your biggest rivals, Liverpool and Manchester City, are. 83 and 82 points. And you all the way 58 points, man? Come on. Come on. This is 25 points ahead, 25 points ahead. This is ridiculous. How is Eric Ten Hag going to close a 25-point gap? Could somebody please answer that question? How is he going to do it? I don't know. It's going to take a while. Definitely going to take a while, man. Big up to the boy Michael Olapido, who comes to for all the live streams. But, I think Brentford, they have done a great job this season. But as I mentioned, man, Brentford on 40 points, you're not safe. I thought they were safe. They're not safe yet. They might just be safe, but they might just be safe. Because I think, let's say Everton and Burnley get to 40 points. I don't think Leeds, all 3 will get to 40 points. You see what I'm saying? So 40 points might just be safe. But, mathematically you're not. But if you really check it out, and you really look at things, yeah, they be good. They be good, But I just want to make sure these teams know that they're not 100% safe. See what I mean? Brentford play Leeds, Brentford play Everton. You know what I mean? So it could get very, very nervy. Let's say Brentford don't get nothing against Southampton. The games against Everton and Leeds are gonna be, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So yeah. That's what's going on for Brentford. I think they'll be all right, man. Thomas Frank has done a good enough job. Eriksson came in. He's done a great job. This is one of the rare losses while Eriksson played. So, yeah. For Manchester United, guys, Crystal Palace and Brighton, like I mentioned, it's been a poor season. Cristiano Ronaldo will be playing Europa League football next season. Do you guys believe this? Do you guys actually believe this? Ronaldo, if you do some research and you check his career, it's been all in the Champions League. Even when he was a Sporting, he played Champions League football from what I could recall, right? Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, and now Man United. I think if Cristiano Ronaldo is smart, he either go... Nah, nobody's going to afford him. Seriously. Listen, I would have liked to see him maybe at Bayern Munich. Like he could go to Germany as well. Or maybe he could go to PSG. Maybe we could see Ronaldo and Messi together. I don't think that could happen. They're too expensive, both of them. Ronaldo, I'm looking for an outlet for you to avoid the Europa League or the Conference League. But you're going to have to play Europa League for the first time next year if you are to stay at Man United. Sorry, bro. I tried, but I can't help you. I can't help you. I really can't help you, man. I can't help you. I really can't help you. But you know who could help you? Your agent. Your agent could definitely help you. And for Cristiano Ronaldo, his agent right now is let me see who's his agent. Gestifute. Yeah, I don't know. That's an agent in Portugal. But agency in Portugal, who's the same agents for Ruben Diaz, Bernardo, Fabinho, João Cancelo, a lot of the Brazilians and Portuguese players, you know, under that. But Cristiano Ronaldo, I was thinking he might be under like Mino Raiola. R.I.P. to Mino Raiola, by the way. You know, I thought he was under like a Jorge Mendes or something. Yeah, he was. Oh, yeah. Now it's coming back to. No, yeah. So his agency is actually Jorge Mendes. That agency is Jorge Mendes. Okay. Now it's coming together. All the players that Jorge Mendes manages as an agent, at least most of them, very, very expensive, man. He got a lot of players under the agency, a lot of them. But most of them are very expensive. There's some smaller ones as well. So, yeah. Sorry to go down that little Cristiano Ronaldo rabbit hole. But, yeah, man. Man United's last home game, and they give the fans something to be happy about until next season, where they will be having Europa League nights. So big up to everybody in the stream right about now, man. Jason Daring in the house, King Huddle in the house, Lego Dude, Michael Olapido. Guys, make sure y'all smash the thumbs up button. I got a Corona Extra here, and I got a Red Bull that I actually don't think I need. I thought I would have needed the Red Bull. I don't need it. I don't need it, man. I don't need it because I'm full of energy right now. So if I do need a little energy during the stream, I'm going to pop this Red Bull. Definitely going to pop it. So let's keep it moving. Let's move on to a big one, man. This is a big one. And first and foremost, let me just go down to say, big up to Jordan Pickford. I don't know what's going on with your hair these days with that comb back. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with that, but you've been freaking good in this game, man. You've been good in this game. You were good. You were good, man. I don't know how he pulled off some of the saves, but he was their savior. Jordan Pickford had a hell of a game. And he's one player that I feel it for if they actually get relegated. And I could see Pickford as a player that will stay with Everton and help them come back up. You best believe if they go down, they'll come right back up. But, you know, it's tricky with relegation because some teams get relegated and they lose their more lucrative players. You know, well, players that's on more lucrative contracts. They lose those players. You know, send them out on loan until they, you know, get back to the top tier or something. But I could actually see... I actually want Everton to stay up, guys. And the reason I want Everton to stay up is because I want Liverpool to have a team that they're not 100% sure that they're going to beat. You see what I'm saying? Just think about what I'm saying. There's Manchester City and there's Everton. And there's a few wild cards here and there. But one team that you're not going to, well, you have the Merseyside derby. It's not 100% sure. Liverpool may go on to win the derbies, but still there's a doubt going into the derbies. And any Liverpool fan will actually tell you that, though. So, yeah, I thought I had this on screen. Did I have this on screen? God damn, I've been talking like I had this on screen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, man. I thought I had this on screen. I'm talking about Pickford and everything, and I apologize for that. I apologize for that. But yeah, Everton with the 1-0 win over Chelsea, man. Richarlison set up by Demari Gray after Mr. Aspilicueta of all people dilly-daddling on the ball, man. Come on, man. Come on, Aspie. Come on, man. You can't be dilly-dallying on the ball like that. You see what I'm saying? You can't. You're going to get punished for that. You're going to get punished, and they did get punished. You got to give it to Everton for their pressing game and give it up to great Richarlison for, putting that ball in the back of the net. And that was the only goal of the game. But I'm telling you, Chelsea came hella close. They came hella close on a few occasions. Got to give it up for Jordan Pickford, man. If it wasn't for Pickford, it'd been an easy win for Chelsea. 17 shots, 5 on target, man. 17 shots, 5 on target. I don't know how they didn't score with that double save that Pickford made, man. I don't know. I really don't know. He was really good on the day. He was definitely good on the day. And he's the only reason, man. Look, Yerry Mina started the game. Give it up to him. He fought really, really well. Holgate, Coleman, man. Coleman really battled, man, in this game. He really, really did. Mikalenko had a great chance after the goal. He put it wide. But I have to say, man, guys like Doucouré, they fought well. Anthony Gordon, he got in behind on a few occasions as well, but just didn't, have enough to finish off. But look, I think Everton with 21% possession, 21%. How you gonna win a game with 21% possession, man? You got some explaining to do, Chelsea. You got some explaining to do, allowing a team to win a match with 21 freaking percent of the ball. You got some explaining to do, Tuchel. Seriously. You got some explaining to do. How are you losing a game with 79% possession? Nah, somebody need to explain this. Somebody really need to explain this, man. But if you take a look at the Chelsea 11, right? Rudiger playing his last few games for Chelsea. Thiago Silva, he might just have one season left in him. Aspilicueta could be playing his last season at Chelsea too. There could be an exodus. New owners coming in at Chelsea, and that's something that I haven't been really talking about that much. But to be honest, guys, I don't really care too much because I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I'm not really big in terms of the new ownership and all of that. But, this is a takeover. This is also a new takeover, like a sale. This is a sale of a club. This is a new owner. So, yeah. Yeah, so the new owners are actually Hans-Jörg Wyss and Todd Bowley. It said they have won the race to buy Chelsea in a deal worth over £3.5 billion, despite a dramatic late hijack attempt from Britain's richest man, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So Todd Bowley and Hans-Jörg Wyss would be the owners of Chelsea going forward. Roman Abramovich to let go of the club because of his fact that he's Russian and his links to Putin and all of that. So Chelsea on the new ownership next season could be looking at a possible finish outside the top four. They barely holding on to the top four place right now, and it ain't looking good for them next season at all. Lukaku could be going, Jorginho could be leaving, and in terms of the players that could be on the way out, right? Article says Chelsea takeover may cause exodus to Serie A. Romelu Lukaku, Jorginho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kepa Arrizabalaga, and Hakim Ziyech are all serious targets for Italian clubs this summer. There is a genuine chance that a number of stars will be sold in the summer, allowing a new era to begin in West London. And that's not to mention the fact that Rudiger and Andreas Christensen will be going to Real Madrid and Barcelona, respectively, right? Aspilicueta could be going to Barcelona as well. And Christian Pulisic is not 100% happy. You know, he could be leaving as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's been, you know, Marcos Alonso has been linked to the move to Barcelona as well. So you could see a lot of the players out on loan coming back to play their role. A few youngsters getting promoted. Chelsea's still going to spend money, of course. They're going to have a transfer budget to bring in players. But best believe it's going to be a rebuild. And it ain't going to be, you know, it might not be pretty. It might not be pretty next season for Chelsea. I just want to put it out. I just want to mention that very, very early. And this might actually be a preview of what to come next year for Chelsea. Next season, I should say. Right? They lost to Everton 1-0. They drew to Manchester United. After what Liverpool and City did to United, Chelsea, you should be ashamed picking up a point against United. You should have beat them as well. Right? You barely beat West Ham. It had to take a late finish with West Ham going down to 10 men, you know, for you to beat West Ham. You lost embarrassingly to Arsenal. See what I mean? You got knocked out of the Champions League. You see what I mean? You lost to Brentford 4-1. You get it? Do I need to continue? Chelsea, this is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Lost the Carabao Cup final. And guys, I think Chelsea might just go on to lose the FA Cup final too. It's been a lackluster season. And never expected this from Chelsea, man. When you saw what they looked like at the beginning of the season with Lukaku, Mount, Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic, Werner. Come on. All that firepower you in did a goddamn thing. See what I'm saying? They're third right now. But it looks like they could finish lower than that. Arsenal on fire. Spurs picking up steam. Ain't looking good for Chelsea. But now that we've talked about Chelsea, they might just go on to get Champions League football next season. Everton, man. Everton, guys. Everton have picked up a big win. The wins against United and the wins against United and Chelsea are unexpected wins that, you know, Everton, it's like bonus points right now, right? They're 18th, 32 points, 33 games played. They have a game in hand to Burnley and Leeds. So if Everton win their game in hand, they would have a point above Burnley and Leeds, right? In terms of Everton, they play Leicester next. Then they have Watford, Brentford, Crystal Palace, and Arsenal. All they need to do, look, forget Arsenal and forget Leicester right now, right? Beat Watford, beat Brentford, and beat Palace. It's not going to be easy, but it's doable. 2 of those games are at home, and those are their 2 only games left at home. It's imperative that they win them, right? They did so against United. They did so against Chelsea. They picked up a point at Leicester recently. So lately they've been picking up points at home. You see what I'm saying? They beat Newcastle at home. They did lose to Wolves at home, but they've been picking up points at home. If there's anywhere they're going to pick up points at, it's home. They beat Leeds at home. You see what I'm saying? They drew against Chelsea earlier in the season at home. Anything that's going to happen, they beat Arsenal earlier at home. If they're to get something, guys, from these games, it's going to be the home matches. But they'll also fancy their chances against Leicester and Arsenal. Guys, I want to see Everton in the league. I'll feel really bad for Lampard if he gets relegated, to be completely honest. I would love to see Everton survive, and I would love to see Lampard with 1 full season in charge of this club. Let me just put it out there right about now. That's just how I feel, man. That is just how I feel. So it was a good out-in for them. They beat United, they beat Chelsea, and those are 6 solid points where most people didn't predict them to actually get them. I didn't predict them to win this one. I did predict them to beat United, but not Chelsea, man. Not Chelsea. I did think Chelsea were going to win 2-1. Did not happen. Didn't happen, man. So, big up to everybody in the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't yet done so. Big up to the boy Michael Talks Football in the house, man. Michael, it was fun doing that Champions League stream with you early on. And with that being said, Mike, I got to drop a share on that stream, though. I did share it early on, but I got to drop another share on that one. So, you know, it gets out to more people, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think enough people get to see the thing, man, you know what I mean? It was a good chat. Definitely good chat. So, I'm going to drop another share on that one, Mike, as you're here right now. So, I'm going to hit you with a... Where is it, man? I can't even find it. I can't even find that right now. But, yeah, I have it right here in my community tab, though. So, definitely going to drop a share on that. See what I mean? But, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so, okay? Let me drop a share on that right now, Mike. You know? Make sure you guys check this out. All right. Bam. Share it right now in my community tab again. I'm going to actually go back and delete the earlier share from 9 hours ago and do a share again here, man. So, Mike, thanks for having me. And, you know, we'll definitely do that again, though. So, yeah. Dom, Lampard is a bad manager. I don't care what people say. He's tactically naive. He'd be a good pundit. Yeah, no problem, man. Big up to the boy MVP Kevin in the house. All right. So, yeah, guys, let us keep it moving. Before we do, let me check on how many likes we are. 36 likes. Guys, come on. We need 14 more to get to 50. We have some big games to talk about. And we are going to move into the next one. And let's give it up to the Gunners, man. Let's give it up to the Gunners. Booyaka! Listen, Arsenal with yet another win. Gotta give it up to them, man. Gotta give it up to them. One of the weirdest teams, man. Lost 3 in a row and coming back to win 3 in a row. And guess what? The games they lost is the games they should have won. And the games they won is the games that they should have lost. You see what I'm saying? But that's Arsenal for you, man. That's Arsenal for you. But you got to give it to them. You got to give it to them. After I let you know the score, after I tell you the scores, I'm going to tell you something of how remarkable this season has been for Arsenal, right? Rob Holding, first goal ever in the Premier League for Arsenal, 38 minutes. Ramsdale said, damn, bro, it took you 81 games and a new hairline to actually score a goal. Funny. I don't think Rob Holding appreciated that joke from Ramsdale, though. It was kind of a weird moment. Jared Bowen equalized. Give it up to Jared Bowen, man. You know what I'm saying? 10 goals this season, along with, you know, numerous assists. Solid season for Jared Bowen. And he's definitely been a good acquisition from West Ham. He came up from Hull, where he was banging him in for fun in the championship. And I think it was a quality signing when they did make the signing. It took a while for him to hit the ground running, but he has definitely hit the ground running this season. 10 goals. And that's not, you know, not a lot of players get to 10 goals. You see what I mean? But after the halftime break, Arsenal struck again. And yet from another cross in the box. And that was from a corner, recycled corner, I think it was. And Gabriel Martinelli, who actually, I think he came off the bench. I think Gabriel Martinelli may have came. Gabriel Martinelli started this game? I didn't even realize Gabriel Martinelli started this game. But yeah, Martinelli with the cross to Gabriel, fellow Brazilian. Good header. And I think that was savable from Fabianski. I don't understand how Aaron Ramsdale actually saved that. I think that was Declan Rice with a header. I don't know how he pulls off these saves, but he pulled off some big saves in this game again. But Fabianski could have done better there. Nketiah, man. I think we're seeing Arsenal with the Nketiah effect. He didn't score, but he works hard. he makes a lot of chances out of his pressing and everything, and he wins the ball back. I think he was unlucky not to score one, and they did have numerous shots at goal. But, I think positive things has been happening for Arsenal since Nketiah is being involved a lot more. But look, gotta give it up to West Ham though. They didn't put out their strongest 11 because they have a big Europa League game. A second leg there against Frankfurt. They lost the first leg. They have a 2-1 deficit to overturn. So they rotated a bit. It was a team with a mixture of, the usual, and a few players rested, like Antonio came off the bench. But it's still a pretty strong team. But whenever you see Noble in the team, there's been some switching around. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, pretty much. Kufal back after I think he missed out on the last Europa League game. But expect West Ham to throw the kitchen sink at Eintracht Frankfurt after I think they didn't go hard against Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? I think they should have, because the league might end up being your only route into Europe next season. You might not win the Europa League. You see what I'm saying? It might not happen. Even if you get past Eintracht Frankfurt, no guarantees that you're gonna go on to win the thing. None at all. None at all. So there's a team called RB Leipzig waiting, right? So well, Rangers are still in with a shout, but I'm pretty sure Leipzig are the favorites right now to go on to win the competition. So look, there's a few little incidents in the game, you know what I mean? I heard the West Ham fan channel complaining and everything about the whole Ramsdale tackle, going out for the ball on Jared Bowen going down, I think a little bit before he even got touched. So that could have been a nervy moment for the West Ham fans, because Bowen has been their talisman this season. But, guys like Shusek rested. You see what I mean? So they have their eyes set on winning the Europa League, because David Moyes and his teams want Champions League. And I would love to see them in the Champions League next season. I don't know how well they'll do, but I would love to just see them make it. And if they do, that means they'll have some silverware from winning the Europa League as well, man. So, yeah, Tomiyasu came back for Arsenal, but he did have to go off. It seems like he may have tweaked an injury, but overall, another solid performance to say the least for Arsenal, man. It's a win. You see what I'm saying? It's a win. It's a win. If you look at the scoreline, it says that they won. Can't really be overly critical of a team that won and looking to win games at the back end of the season. So not going to get too deeper into that, but Gabriel with his 4th goal this season, man. He's a high-scoring defender. Got to give it to him. Good acquisition, I think. And the Gunners with yet another 3 points. With those 3 points, they caught up to Spurs, who had gone ahead of them on the day. And Arsenal do have 63 points with 34 games played. Spurs with 61 points. And these teams still have to play each other. 4 matches left. And Arsenal actually are almost unassailable when it comes to Manchester United. They're closing in fast on Chelsea. They won't catch the top 2. With 4 games remaining, there's no chance that they could actually catch the top 2. They could only get a maximum of 75 points, which means that Liverpool and Manchester City have officially already qualified for next season's Champions League. With Chelsea, Arsenal, and Tottenham, I think they're still fighting for 2 of those spots, 2 spots. The 3 teams fighting for 2 spots. One's going to miss out. Right now, it's hard to call, but it seems like it could be Arsenal getting that spot after not being in the Champions League since they were dismissed very, very, very rudely by Bayern Munich. So, look, they play Leeds next. And this ain't looking good for Leeds either. This ain't looking good for Leeds because it's going to be difficult to beat this Arsenal team, especially at home with the position that they're in and trying to get top 4, right? So that doesn't look good for Leeds too. For Spurs, they play Arsenal after the Leeds game. Spurs play Liverpool. Spurs got to get something from Liverpool or else it could be very, very costly. Arsenal play Newcastle, who would have survived already. Won't go all guns blazing. But the final game of the season against Everton could be do or die, in whichever way you want to put it. Arsenal for the top 4 or Everton to stay up. Oh man, the season is well set up. It's well poised. It's very intriguing, to say the least. Look, as for the Hammers, man, as I mentioned, they got their eyes set on the Europa League semi-final second leg coming up this Thursday against Eintracht on the road. Then they face Norwich, Man City, and Brighton. You know, I'm hoping, you know, we brush aside West Ham May 15th. Hope we beat West Ham and not drop points, because, you know, they're a team that, you could drop points against them, though. But, you know, City's been handling their own in the league against West Ham. In the cup, they knocked us out the cup, so we got vengeance. We got vengeance to exact there. So that'll be it for this game, man. Give it up to Mikel Arteta. And I did mention that I'll give you something about Arsenal, right? Arsenal were one of the worst teams in August. No goals scored. No goals. Did they get any points in August? Can't even remember what the point tally was looking like for Arsenal. But I know it wasn't good. I know they didn't look good in August. So for a team that played so horribly in the first month of the season, you got to give it to them for being in the top 4 position right about now, man. So, yeah, pretty good. So, yeah, man, we have Sebastian Perez saying when Kulusevski is on, he has been unstoppable at Tottenham, obviously. Our front 3 can exploit a high line, but our defense cannot keep you out. Yep. What we got here? That North London derby is going to be spicy. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. So, yeah. Let us keep it going, though. Let us keep it going. And the fact that we spoke about Arsenal, of course, we're going to jump right in and talk about Tottenham. Let's talk about Tottenham, man. Tottenham 3, Leicester 1. So, guys, in terms of my predictions, man, I did predict Tottenham to beat Leicester 2-1. And for Arsenal, I did predict them to beat West Ham as well, 3-1. So I got, predictions right in terms of the results, not the exact scoreline. I did pretty good this week. Just before I move on, I have to say I did pretty good this week in terms of predictions, man. I predicted Palace to beat Southampton. That happened. I predicted Villa to beat Norwich. That happened. I predicted Arsenal to beat West Ham. That happened. That's what, 3? You know what I'm saying? I predicted Burnley to beat Watford 2-1. That happened. You know what I'm saying? I predicted Liverpool to beat Newcastle 1-0. That happened. City to beat Leeds. That also happened. Tottenham to beat Leicester. That happened. The only predictions I didn't get right is the Man United to lose to Brentford, Chelsea to beat Everton, and the Brighton Wolves game 1-1 I predicted. This was one of my best weeks. This was indeed one of my best weeks. I had a lot of spot-on predictions as well. So, yeah, man. Give it up to your boy, Dom. So, Harry Kane in the 22nd minute. Son Heung-min with the assist there from the corner. Kane heading in. I think that's his 13th goal this season. Give it up to Harry Kane, man, who I think will be staying at Spurs next season. Don't think Man City will be going in for him anymore. 13 goals this season. Son with his 8th assists. Then we had Son Heung-min chipping in the 60th minute and the 79th minute. But the goal that's the pick of the bunch is a 79-minute goal with his left foot. That was absolutely brilliant. Let's give it up to Heung-min's son. And I did also run into an article where it said that that's his 10th left-footed goal this season, which is absolutely amazing. So the up to stat reads, Son Heung-min has scored 10 goals with his left foot this season in the Premier League, making him only the second right-footed player to score 10-plus goals in a single season with his left foot after Harry Kane in the 2017-18 season, also 10. Give it up to Son, man. Give it up to Son. And that second goal was brilliant, man. It was absolutely brilliant. Give it up to Kulusevski, who came off the bench and picked up 2 assists as well. Leicester did bag a late one. Chukwueze Iheanacho with that 91st minute goal. Patson Daka did come close as well. And I think Leicester were also, just like West Ham, preparing for their Europa League in terms of the Conference League, you know, that league, that semi-final that they're in as well. So they don't really have much to play for in the Premier League. They got 42 points. They'll be okay in terms of staying up in the league. They'll be fine. But in terms of their focus, it was actually on the Conference League semi-final there. So for Leicester, I think they played against Marseille, if I'm not mistaken. No, Roma, pardon me, Roma. And the first leg ended in a 1-1 draw at the King Power. So they now go away to Rome to face Mourinho's Roma. And they look to get the better of Roma and go into the final, where they would face one of, Feyenoord or Marseille, where Feyenoord leads the tie 3-2 on aggregate, right? So could be Leicester versus Feyenoord or Leicester versus Marseille. I'm pretty sure Brendan Rodgers will be ready to take one of those teams. You see what I'm saying? I think if Leicester get to the final, they could actually go on to win that. I think so. I fancy Leicester winning that Europa Conference League over West Ham winning the Europa League, simply because I think, you know, West Ham got a tough opponent in Frankfurt, and it's already been proven so in the first leg. So yeah, man. Spurs actually showed up on the day, man. I think they played well. You know what I'm saying? They played very, very well in this game, and they managed to keep, you know, a Leicester team that was not at full strength, pretty quiet, to say the least. Vardy did come off the bench, and, you know, a couple shots, had a couple of opportunities, nothing really clear cut. Happy for Iheanacho that he scored. But Leicester this season was just not the same as the 2 previous seasons at all. So Spurs 61 points right now. Look, if you go back to their previous fixtures, right, they drew 0-0 to Brentford, lost to Brighton. You see what I'm saying? They beat Villa, beat Newcastle, beat West Ham, beat Brighton, but they lost to United. You see what I'm saying? So these are some indifferent, you know, when they've been picking up some form. They lost to Brighton as well, lost to Wolves, lost to Southampton. You know, they pick up some form, lost to Chelsea. They picked some form this year, but they've been rather inconsistent, right? Rather inconsistent. And this could actually cost them a Champions League spot. But they are moving in the right direction. But the thing is, they won the game against Leicester. They stopped the bleeding against Brentford, where they lost to Brighton. 0-0 against Brentford, 3-1 against Leicester. The next 2 big games, actually, the next 3 games will be massive. They're going to be facing Liverpool, Arsenal, and Burnley. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Burnley. It's going to be tough. This is going to be tough for Spurs. This is going to be very tough for Spurs. That is why I say I fancy Arsenal in terms of getting top 4. Because these are some tough-ass fixtures, man. You know, it would be nice to see Spurs get something from Liverpool. I'm not going to lie. It would be nice. But in terms of them against Arsenal too, that's going to be very, very hard. You see what I'm saying? They lost to Arsenal in their last 2 games. But those games are at the Emirates, you know. So for them, they did win their last 2 home games. But in terms of their last 10 against Arsenal, they've lost 4 in the Premier League. 4. In the last 9 Premier League games against Arsenal, they lost 4 and draw 2. They've only won 3. That ain't good enough. That ain't good enough. Arsenal in the driver's seat here. So, Conte, Spurs, ain't looking good, man. Ain't looking good at all. They might actually only pick up 3 more points for the rest of the season. And if that's the case, well, they do play Norwich. I think they could pick up 6. But then again, the Burnley game, they lost to Burnley already this season. See what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Spurs, along with the games against Norwich and Burnley, they need to win those games. And they need to beat Arsenal. They don't even need to beat Liverpool. Once they beat Arsenal and win against Burnley and Norwich, I think they could actually get that Champions League spot. But it's going to be hard. They would need Arsenal to lose maybe another of their 4 remaining games for that to actually happen. And for them to win the games that I just talked about. So, yeah. Pretty good win. Pretty good win. But, I think they actually probably missed the trick in some of the games that they lost. Romero, see, he's been a very good defender. Very good acquisition for them. You know what I mean? So, he's a fighter. Very, very determined defender. Spurs is just a team that would just continue to be Spurs, man, Not winning anything throughout the season. That's just Spurs. That's just Spurs, man. I feel bad for players like Son, though, and Kane. Because they could be so good on the day and so good throughout the season and not win anything and continue with that same trend the next following seasons. It's just sad. It's just sad. But big up to everybody in the house, man. How are you guys feeling? King Huddle, bro. I don't know, bro. Your team, no trophies, man. No trophies. No trophies at all. No trophies. So, guys, we got 2 more games to talk about. Make sure we got 2. Let me make sure I talked about all these games already. All right, we did. And let's land the plane. How we've been doing? 1 hour, 32 minutes? Yeah, we've been doing good. I don't plan to be super, super long tonight, guys. I've had a long day. I got up since 7:30. Also this morning, and I've been working on my channel, man. I've been making a lot of thumbnails for all the live streams that I schedule. So I don't know if you guys checked out well, if you search Dominic Rich on YouTube, you'll see all the live streams that I schedule. If you're subscribed, obviously, it'll show up in your feed of the live streams that I scheduled. But Manchester City 4, Leeds United 0. City complete the league double over Leeds this season with an aggregate of 11-0. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's carnage, man. That is carnage. But I have to say that Leeds did not play badly. The scoreline does not tell the true nature of the game at all. I have to say these guys did give us a fight. They did give us a fight. But the early goal was a boost. Rodri with that goal. Phil Foden, man. Phil Foden with 2 assists in the game. You got to give it to him. He came into the match, played the De Bruyne role, and he did the thing, man. We were even able to rest De Bruyne completely from the match. And I absolutely love that, man. You see what I'm saying? I absolutely love it. Look, we'll get to the goals soon, but if you check the lineup, man, Ruben Diaz, Ake, who had to go off with a bit of injury, Laporte, Cancelo, Ederson. We did not underestimate Leeds whatsoever. Even though we got a tough fixture coming up against Real Madrid, we rested the man we needed to put in, wrap up in cotton wool, Kevin De Bruyne. Foden, Rodri, Grealish, Gundogan, Sterling, and Gabriel Jesus, the lone striker up top. So, look, we did our thing. Pep did make his 3 changes as well. You could see Zinchenko, Bernardo, and Fernandinho coming off the bench. But Mahrez, De Bruyne rested up for the Champions League fixture. I think Mahrez needs to be on the bench for that game too. Just want to put that out there. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. But guys, look, man, it wasn't a walk in the park. You may see 4-0. After we scored early, it kind of eased the nerves. But these guys kept us really, really, they kept us on our toes. The second goal was scored in the 54th minute, and that was set up by Ruben Diaz. There's a corner coming in, and Diaz heading down, and Nathan Ake swinging that leg to put it into the back of the net to make it 2-0. At 2-0, by then, it was more comfortable. But at the same time, Leeds were threatening. João Cancelo did have to clear one off the line. They did almost get behind and score. So that's one of the things I could remember, the more positive times they had going forward. But overall, man, in terms of the attacking, prowess on the day, they weren't clinical. You see what I'm saying? And I think that is what affected them. They weren't clinical at all. 7 shots, 2 on target. They had 40% of the ball. That's a lot. That's a lot. Compared to Chelsea versus Everton, 79 and 21%. That's a lot of percent there. Leeds had a lot of the ball. But were they allowed to do anything with the ball? Not at all. You see what I'm saying? Not at all. Every time they got the balls, City, and they're pressing and they're closing down and everything. So they weren't allowed to really strut their stuff. But when they really got in behind, they looked threatening. I just want to put it out there. They looked threatening. I want to talk about that paper situation on with the fans throwing tons of paper on the field. Jack Grealish was having some fun with it. But from the whole paper thing though, I'm kind of petty right now. So I want to actually see Leeds relegated for throwing paper on the field to kind of throw us off. You see what I don't know what the paper thing was symbolizing, to be completely honest. But I want them relegated. If there's any Leeds fan watching this, guys, I want y'all relegated. Seriously. Look, there was a situation in this game early on in the match before Rodri scored where Leeds was on a break. Actually, the ball came to Cancelo and he controlled it. And I think when he tried to get at it again, he slipped. And then Rodrigo stole the ball. If Rodrigo was a bit quicker than he is right now, it was a show goal. Edison weren't going to save anything. Come on. Don't even think he's going to save anything, right? That slip could have been a memorable slip. It could have been a slip that would have been talked about for years and decades to come. But it wasn't costly. So we got away with that. Definitely got away. Definitely got away with that slip, though. But, look, Nathan Ake in the 54th minute, Gabriel Jesus in the 78th minute. And that was one of the most exquisite assists you could ever see. Phil Foden, man, opening up his body, pretty much a no-look pass, by opening up his body, looking this way, playing the ball that way. I don't know how he did it, but he picked out Jesus. Lovely finish, man. Jesus has been on fire, I'm telling you. That is what, 6 goals in the last 3 games? Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous, Gabriel. Hope you don't leave for Arsenal, man, because you're going to be banging him in for fun over there. And I'll be jealous as a mother. I'm telling you, man, I can't have Jesus. We need Jesus and his work rate in this Manchester City team. You see what I'm saying? So, Fernandinho came off the bench. Fernandinho did come off the bench, right? I think Gundogan started, Foden and Rodri in the midfield. Yeah. Fernandinho did come off the bench, yeah. I just want to jog my memory there. Fernandinho, Zinchenko, and Bernardo came off the bench. But Fernandinho came off late, and he got a goal. He got a goal there, man. So, give it up to him. Ball ricocheted around, fell to Fernandinho, and shot from distance to beat the goalkeeper, Melier, man. So, Leeds United are in trouble, guys. Leeds United are in trouble. Let me repeat myself. Leeds United are in trouble. 34 points, right? The next game is against Arsenal, Chelsea, Brighton, and Brentford. It is going to be hard. They're going to need to do something remarkable against Arsenal and Chelsea. Let's say they don't do that. they're going to have to beat Brighton and Brentford. And these teams are no pushovers. Brighton and Brentford are not going to allow themselves to be pushovers. And we could see Leeds United go the remainder of the season not getting any more points or just 2 more points. Let's say they pick up a draw against Brighton and a draw against Brentford. Is it going to be enough? I don't think so. Let's say they pick up a win and a draw. 38 points. Is it going to be enough? It might not. See what I'm saying? It might not be enough. It might not be enough at all. I think Leeds are in some serious trouble right now. They went through a good patch under Jesse March, but I don't know, man. It might have been too late. You guys might have took too late to sack Bielsa. Leeds are in trouble, guys. Let's just put it that way. For Manchester City, we are still in the title race, as you know. And there's a Champions League semi-final second leg coming up. Man City play Newcastle at home next. They play Wolves on the road. Wolves are not in very good form. West Ham, could be a bit fatigued from the exploits this season. And Aston Villa at the Etihad. It is 4 games that Man City should go on to win. And it's imperative that they win those games. Once City win the games, don't worry about what Liverpool are doing with theirs. You see what I'm saying? Just win your games. Handle business. Don't be sloppy. Handle business. As for the Real Madrid tie, guys, we're not losing to Real Madrid. I keep telling people that even if it ends in a draw or whatnot, it doesn't matter. I don't think we're losing to Real Madrid. We are not losing to no Real Madrid. Okay? Y'all get it out your heads. City ain't losing to Real Madrid. City ain't losing to Real Madrid. Let me just repeat that again. But look, it wasn't the best performance on the day. Don't make the scoreline fool you. But it's understandable that the team was rotated, 5 changes made and everything. And we still did the business, man. 11-0 across the 2 matches this season. I feel bad for Leeds that Liam Cooper had another injury setback. And, of course, Stuart Dallas, the man who played every Premier League game for Leeds United, had to go off with a serious injury. But it is said to be a fracture as well. So that's not very good. That's not very good at all. He's definitely out for the rest of the season. And according to how he recovers, he could miss the start of next season too. But let's hope he comes back fit and ready for the season to come. So, look, could go on and on. Talk about this lovely team, Manchester City. Seen an article that Pep Guardiola could extend his contract to 2025. I like to say big shout outs, man, to the Manchester City under 18s. The under 18s, man. Give it up to the under 18s who actually went on to clinch their league title. And they did so by winning 13-0. You know what I'm saying? 13-0. And that win actually came against Newcastle United. 13-0 to celebrate winning the title. Crazy. I hope we do give Newcastle 13-0 too. That'll be nice. Won't happen, but that'll be nice. But look, the Manchester City under 23s have actually won the title as well. So let's give it up to the under 23s, for winning their title. So the senior team could win the title. The under 18s have won the title. The under 23s have won the title. And only the women's team are not on the cusp of winning the title. The women's team, they are currently 4th in the league. It's quite disappointing, but the Chelsea women's team are in the lead right now. But City's women's team are 4th, which is not bad. And the Tottenham, women's team there's a 12-point gap, so pretty much locked into the top 4 there. Manchester City in terms of the women's football. Look, there's been news that City Football Group could are poised to buy Palermo, the Italian club Palermo, for 6 million euros. That's very cheap. That is very, very cheap. So, City Football Group, you know, City are under that umbrella where City Football Group has, you know, a couple clubs. One in Brazil. They got do they have a club in Brazil? I think no, not Brazil. Uruguay. A club in Uruguay, I think Torquay. They have a club in Belgium. They have a club in France. There's a club in Spain, in Girona. You know, so I think they're now trying to touch Italy, you know what I'm saying? They have a club in Japan. They have a club in India, Australia as well, New York. You know, so the City Football Group, man, conglomerate. So, doing big things. So just touching on some Man City news, you know what I mean? In terms of the transfer window, Erling Haaland linked, Rafael Leao linked. City's in the market for a left back and a midfielder as well. So let's see who they actually bring in. But there ain't much more to talk about, man. What are you guys actually saying in the chat right now? Anything in the chat? You guys ain't even saying anything in the chat though. So yeah. So, how long have you been a City fan? Since 1894, my guy. 1894. Chance of winning the league with City and Liverpool around. There's actually no chance right now. None. None whatsoever, man. None. Prediction for Liverpool Spurs. I ain't going to talk that right now. There's going to be a clip with Kyle and I coming out talking about that pretty soon. So you guys could check that out whenever it drops. Never really get the chance to be in your streams. Big up to Tails03, man. Thank you very much for coming through. He says, hey, yo. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming through right about now. But look, it ain't looking good for Leeds. But for City, they are still in the Champions League. 1 foot into the final. That foot could get knocked out if Real Madrid comes back on Wednesday. But I'm pretty sure the team's going to make it to a second successive final where they did lose last season to Chelsea and won't be wanting to lose to yet another English team in the Champions League. Just our luck, man. Just our luck. You see what I'm saying? Just our luck. Just our luck. So, look, I'm pretty sure Pep's happy. Let's see what happens on Wednesday, and we'll take it from there. But for Manchester City, Newcastle next in the league, and Man City would look to just finish off the season strongly and win a 4th Premier League title in the last 5 seasons. Awesome stuff, man. I'm loving what Phil Foden is doing right now, guys. The man has turned into a serious match winner. His versatility is so brilliant. Bernardo Silva, Gabriel Jesus, these guys have been playing some good football. I think Grealish has missed a couple opportunities of actually shutting up the critics with Watford and now Leeds. And he hasn't really done nothing. You see what I'm saying? He played his role, but come on, man. You need more goal contributions, in my opinion. Sterling looked bright in the game as well. Overall, a solid performance. Not the best, but we got the job done at the end of the day. So, guys, with that being said, we are going to move into the last game for today. And that one is Newcastle 0, Liverpool 1. And that was my exact prediction for this one. How I came up with that prediction, guys, I actually, think Newcastle have been playing some quality football. And I just showed them the respect. You see what I'm saying? I didn't expect them to win or draw, but I showed them the respect by predicting a 1-0 loss. And that's a very respectable loss, especially coming up against a team like Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? But for Newcastle, man, I don't think they played badly, but they got a lot of things wrong on the day. So the game's only goal was scored by Naby Keita in the 19th minute. His first an interception from a James Milner pass by Fabian Schär, and it was a heavy touch. He tried to get the ball back, And in the process, he went down, protested, but they even went for VAR because the goal was scored. The goal was converted. Diego Jota got the ball linked up to Naby Keita. Very, very good goal. This is one of the great individual goals. But it was deemed that James Milner, who I think had a magnificent game, by the way, it was a legal tackle on Fabian Shaw where Milner actually won the ball. So, look, Newcastle United, they had a lot of opportunities to run in behind, but they weren't disciplined enough. Only 4 shots at goal, 2 on target. One of the main shots I could remember was that Bruno Guimaraes shot that Alisson gobbled up quite easily. But Newcastle were offside on 9 occasions. I cannot remember the last time I saw a team that was offside 9 times in one game. 9 times. This is unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable. How did it happen? It was just guys like Miguel Almiron not timing their runs, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to time your runs. But give it up to Liverpool and their defense for being disciplined and keeping that line. They do play high line. They do allow you to get behind quite often. But on those occasions, just Newcastle didn't hold their runs well enough. And it could have potentially cost them the game. Well, I think that's what cost them the game. I should go and say that's what cost them the game. Because if it was a team that, let's say they got in behind 6 out of those 9 times and offside only 3 times, best believe they would have gotten something from this game, at least a point from this game. But overall, Liverpool, they had a lot of the ball. They had a lot of opportunities. 24 shots, 10 on target. Dubravka was a busy man in goal. And I never expected anything less from Liverpool. And that's why I predicted a 1-0 win. And they finished with a win. So, yeah, man. I did predict United to draw against Liverpool. So I wasn't going to play that game again. You see what I'm saying? Play that wishful game. I would have loved to see Newcastle get something from Liverpool. But they just didn't have it in them, man. You know what I'm saying? Joe Linton, St. Maxima didn't have a good game. Guys like Joe Willock. Even Bruno Guimaraes was a bit off on the day. So, yeah. It's going to be pretty tough breaking down a Liverpool team with these players, though. Seriously. It was going to take a lot. It was going to take a whole lot. So, Jacob Murphy, Chris Wood, and Jamal Lascelles did have to come on for the injured Fabian. I think that was Fabian Shaw who got injured. And that was probably during the whole play with James Milner when, he actually, went down during the challenge. But I think it was a fair challenge by James Milner, to say the least, though. Guys, I'm fair, you know what I'm saying? I'm fair. If I think it was, a foul, I would say it was a foul, but it wasn't a foul. It really, really wasn't a foul, though. So, yeah, Fabian Shea had to go off 61st minute, and that's an injury. And that wasn't actually in that instance, though. He did go off later on in the game, but that wasn't in that instance with the Milner thing. But 61st minute, this could have been, possibly his. I think that's Newcastle's. Let me just double check and see if that's how many more home games they got left. Well, Newcastle do have to play against Arsenal at home, but it could have been his penultimate home game, and it could have been his last one too, because they have one more to go, and he might not be fit enough to play in that game. So, if Shea does not come back to Newcastle next season, that could have been his last home match for real, though. So, yeah. So, in terms of Shea, though, how long does he have left on his contract, you guys may ask? Because I know you hear me talking about, is he going to come back next year or whatever. His contract goes until 2024. So, it's either they might actually have to sell him, They just actually extended his contract, by the way. So I think he'll be fine. You know what I mean? But you never know, though. You never know. They may have extended the contract so that they could actually sell him. You see what I'm saying? That too. So, guys, look, in terms of Liverpool, man, you check the lineup. Just to touch on that aspect of the game. Alisson, Van Dijk, Gomez getting a look in ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold for that, basically a rest, because Liverpool do have a European game. I did meant to say European and not Europa, guys. Pardon me there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about Man United right about now. But you could see Joel Matip coming back after not playing in the Champions League match as well. So you could see a healthy rotation there between Konate and Matip, because Matip is very injury prone. And Konate did suffer a lot of injuries at Leipzig too. And, Joe Gomez as well. So it's good to have, some minutes in his legs. Robertson, who, there's some theories that he might not actually play in the second leg against Villarreal. So let's see. Tsimikas may get a run out. Who knows? But give it up to James Milner, man. What a warrior. What a freaking warrior. He was a former Newcastle man as well. But what a warrior. Naby Keita, he shocked me with that goal. I know he's capable from what we've seen at Leipzig and for, the Guinea national team. But and a few times at Liverpool as well. But he has not really fulfilled his potential. Maybe not as yet. So does Naby Keita got more goals and assists in him? Let's see. Let us see, man, because that was a spectacular goal. Look, Sadio Mane, Diego Jota, Luis Diaz started. You could see the flexibility of that Liverpool attack where Salah was given a rest. He did come on later on in the game, and I think he looked a bit, he didn't look too good. In my opinion, that's just my assessment. Thiago came on for Bino, as well for a run out, though. Liverpool with a 1-0 win over a very impressive Newcastle. And Liverpool actually do the league double over Newcastle and stopped the brilliant home run that they were actually on. So just to touch on some insights, Newcastle are winless in 11 Premier League meetings with Liverpool since a 2-0 victory in December of 2015. Liverpool have picked up 40 points from their last 42 on offer in the Premier League, playing 14, winning 13, drawing 1. The only draw came against Manchester City, right? A 2-2 draw against the reigning champs. Newcastle suffered their first Premier League loss at St. James's Park since mid-December against Man City, a 4-0 loss, ending their 8-game unbeaten run and 6-game winning streak on home soil in the competition. And it had to be Liverpool to stop that run, right? It had to be. So, guys, the title race is well poised. Man City still only 1 point ahead of Liverpool. Look, I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it. It would be very painful if we go on to lose to Liverpool, seeing that we had such a big lead. But it would be whatever it is, man. You see what I'm saying? I think if Liverpool do manage to go on to win the title, they would thoroughly deserve it. If they go on to win all the trophies, they would thoroughly deserve it as well. Because I think they've been that good this season. Give it up to them, man. Give it up to them. Jurgen Klopp signing on until 2024. They've been linked to a couple, new players coming in. Jude Bellingham, Chouameni. I've even seen a link to Conrad Lima. There might be a few other links as well that I haven't touched on yet. But let's see who Liverpool bring in to bolster their team. Also, got to give mention to Thiago. He's done well this season. And I said that he's come of age in the Liverpool shirt. So, quality performances. And Liverpool, Man City are indeed the two best teams in the league. And could actually be proven to be the two best teams in Europe if they meet in the Champions League final this season. And they're actually shaping up to actually to do that. You see what I mean? But guys, it's actually 3 minutes past midnight right now. I can't believe that. And I'm closing in on 2 hours. Okay, but before we do move on and land the plane finally, Newcastle play City, Arsenal, and Burnley for their remaining games. They might actually not win any because these are high stake games. City in the title race, Arsenal for top 4, and Burnley for survival. Burnley might have survived already, or they might still be, fighting to stay up. As for Manchester City, guys, we have Real Madrid tomorrow. Real Madrid tomorrow, meaning Wednesday. Newcastle on the weekend. That's a home game. Wolves on Wednesday. West Ham on the Sunday. And to finish off the season against Aston Villa. So still some games to go. 4 in the Premier League. And potentially 2 more in the Champions League. You know what I mean? I would love to play 2 more in the Champions League and actually go on to win it. And win the Premier League. That'll be a very, very great season, man. That'll be a lovely season. So may the best team win the title. Let's see who's going to make the Champions League final. May the best team win that as well. So, wait, did I actually give Man City's fixtures? I don't know why I just give Man City's fixtures. But I have to give the Liverpool fixtures and not the Manchester. I don't know why I just give the City fixtures, though. I really don't know why I give the City fixtures. It's because I'm thinking City play Newcastle on the weekend. But I have to give the Liverpool fixtures. I don't know why. I really don't know why I just did that. It's late, guys. But Liverpool play Tottenham next. I don't know. I went a little off the boil there. Then they play Aston Villa. Chelsea in the FA Cup. I guess it's meant to happen. I guess I'm meant to do this. I guess I'm meant to compare both teams and their remaining fixtures, right? Right? I'm trying to play it off. I shouldn't, but yeah, I did mess that one up. I was supposed to say Liverpool fixtures, but I don't know. It's late, guys. I've been up all day. So Liverpool play Chelsea in the FA Cup final, Southampton, and finish off the season against Wolves at Anfield. So still a lot to play for. Still fighting on 3 fronts, while for City, it's on 2. Okay, so yeah, man. Pardon me with that one. I don't know why I went down that route. So thanks for watching. Do appreciate it, man. Do appreciate it. So Grimburn, Klopp signed to 2026. Yeah, we know that. Any predictions? West Ham versus Frankfurt, or any thoughts? I did talk about that one a bit earlier. I did talk about it. I think they got a chance. They can't concede the first goal, though. Well, Frankfurt is just a team that's been scoring. They've been scoring, man. They've been scoring. And you see against West Ham, they could have scored a third when Kamada hit the post. Kamada has always been good in the Europa League for some reason, man. For some reason, this dude is very good in the Europa League. So, let's see what they do, man. Let's see what they do. It's going to be hard. They're going to travel. So, they're going to have to keep them scoreless, or just they're going to have to score a lot of goals. West Ham's going to have to score multiple goals in this game to actually win the tie. 2-0 would win you the tie. 1-0 won't be enough. It will have to go to extra time. So it's going to be 2-0, 3-1. Anything by two-goal margin will be good enough for West Ham United. Or take it to penalties and win it there. But I think Frankfurt are now the favorites to actually go on to the final. And, you know, in terms of Leicester, it's going to be hard to actually get something from Roma on the road. So none of the English teams might actually go on to the final of the Europa League and the Conference League. But we know there's a situation where none of the English teams could make the Champions League final too. But I think both of them will. So, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. There's a lot more things I could talk about. You know, I could check out the other leagues and things like that, guys. But look, man, 2 hours, 4 minutes. I'm tired as hell. And I'm just happy to get this done. You see what I'm saying? Because you guys know it's an every week thing. You see what I'm saying? Every week. So I don't know if you keep up, watch, or really care about the MLS or Liga MX. Not really. Not really, man. Not really. The MLS I gotta start paying some attention to. But Liga MX, I don't know if I'll ever be watching the Liga MX, man. I don't know. There's no interest there. The Premier League is my league. That's my league, man. While I was watching the highlights, I was thinking to myself, God damn, I'm so in tune with the Premier League, man. So in tune. 20 teams. I could name you 15 players from every team off the top without looking into anything. That's amazing. You see what I'm saying? You asked me if I could do that in the MLS? No. You asked me if I even remember all the MLS teams off the top of my head? No. Syria, I remember the teams. I know the teams, but I don't know the players. Same goes for all the other leagues, man. I know one or two players, but Premier League is my league, though. But look, for all the people in here, appreciate you guys coming through for yet another one. And we got 46 likes, guys. We need 4 more to hit 50. Could we make it happen while we are live? I would definitely appreciate that. You know, I think I put in enough effort to get to 50 likes. Come on, guys. You could make that happen. You guys could do it. Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. And I like to actually say shout outs to all the people who think Real Madrid are going to beat City. And it's a majority of people, though. I can't wait for us to do the business to hear what they will have to say. You see what I mean? And I don't mean to come off overconfident or anything. I just think we're going to handle business. Just like I predicted the first leg that we're going to win it. I think we're going to handle business, man. You see? Guys, I'll be on later for a watch-along. Villarreal versus Liverpool watch-along is coming later. You know, I'm trying to do a watch-along every week for the remainder of the season. And while we go into June, we'll have a lot of games in terms of the European UEFA Nations League, the CONCACAF Nations League as well. I'll be going away in June for about 10 days. So in terms of the content, I'll be doing content. I'll try to do some content in terms of transfer news and all of that while I'm there, and some updates on those matches in terms of the Europa League, the European the CONCACAF Nations League and the UEFA Nations League. I'll try to do some updates on those, talk about the World Cup playoffs as well. You know, while I'm on vacation, I like to work, though, because I like to keep things going. I really like to keep things going, though. So, look, appreciate everybody who tuned in for yet another one. I'm your boy, Dominic Rich. Have we hit 50 likes yet? Come on, man. You guys could make it happen. Let's get it happen. Let's make it happen, man. 50 likes. We've done it, man. Appreciate it, guys. And I'm about to get on out of here. I have content coming, though. I have Trophy Talk with my boy Kyle coming. Guys, check out the Trophy Talk playlist. Go to my YouTube homepage. You know, let me make sure I let you guys know exactly what to do. Go to my YouTube homepage, and Trophy Talk would be on the top of the list. There's a couple videos in there that's unlisted. You could go check them out. The entire thing is unlisted. You could go watch the entire thing before I drop it. I'm going to drop it maybe tomorrow or so, or later on today. But the little preview for the Champions League is there. So if you want to hear more on what we think about the Champions League matches coming up, you could go and check it out, okay? So it's Trophy Talk, baby. It's Trophy Talk with my boy Kyle. And I've been enjoying this little series that we're doing, man. Every time Kyle and I link up, we've been getting good reception. So we figured, man, why not link up every Monday? And let's just give the people what they want. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna see a lot of Kyle around the channel, and it's Liverpool City, and it's been the two most dominant teams. Why not, man? Why not? Why not? You see, Kyle and I got a good chemistry going and everything, and you know, professionalism and everything going. So why not? Why not? So guys, for everybody, thanks again. Peace out. Rich. Squad. Peace.